Welcome to Bite Size Rando. My name is DDR Kirby. Today, we're going to talk about how to best get through this room with the ice and the pits and this annoying fire bar. So this room can be trouble for a lot of newer players because not only do you have to deal with ice physics, but you also have to deal with some weird pit physics. So for example, it's very easy to get stuck on this corner here, and you can get stuck on this little block. The fire bar can hit you, and in general, there's just a lot of different things that can go wrong if you're just trying to slip and slide your way through this room, right? But depending on your Ice Palace route and the key and item layout, you might have to go through that room to get to Ice Tea, and you might have to also go through this room in the other direction, depending on whether you hit the crystal switch or not, and whether you have the hook shot or not, and some other factors. So coming from the north side of this room and going to the west, so coming from this direction, the easiest way to get through this room is actually going to be to do a bomb jump. You might be wondering, hey, what do you mean the easiest way is a bomb jump? Aren't bomb jumps super hard? But turns out this bomb jump is super free and very consistent. So the way that you set it up is as you're transitioning in the room, you want to hold diagonally down to the left. And if you do that, you'll see you'll get stuck on this pit. You can actually keep holding for quite a few seconds before you actually fall in. So once you get stuck there, you're going to tap right, and then just gonna land the bomb. And that is going to get you the bomb jump. From there, you can just hold left, and you'll snap into the door, and you'll be on your way. And if I do the full thing at full speed, you can see that that gets me a room time of about 6:42. So really not that bad compared to, if I were to try and just finagle my way around, kind of doing my best with the movement. That's a 6:31, so it is a little bit better. But with the bomb jump, there's actually a slight optimization we can make as well. So as the bomb is exploding, instead of holding to the left here, I'm going to hold diagonally down and to the left for just a split second. And then I'm going to transition to holding straight left. And that is going to help me snap into the door just a little bit faster. So with that improvement in mind, we can snap into the door just a little bit faster, and we'll get a 6:39. Sometimes you can even get like a 6:37, depends on how fast you are able to lay the bomb. Right, so that time I got a 6:33, so that's really good. Now, one really cool thing about this bomb jump also is you can actually swag out during this bomb jump by turning down and to the right. So while you're stuck and you're waiting for this bomb to go off, you can tap down and tap to the right, and it will not actually adjust your position. It'll only adjust your subpixel values. So you can feel free to swag out as much as you want by turning down and to the right as this bomb is waiting to go off. Now you can't press left or up because that actually does change your position, and that will make the bomb jump fail. But you can turn down and to the right as much as you want. You can slash a sword if you want, whatever you want. So that is the bomb jump method. Now, if you don't have any bombs because you, were trying to do the Ice Palace bomb jump for a while, or maybe you use bombs on Pen Gators, or maybe you don't have enough life to do a bomb jump, or maybe you're in one-hit KO mode, you might have to walk around here. And if you're doing this walk, what I would recommend is try to stay away from using diagonal movements, because if you try to make your way diagonally, it's very easy to get caught on the different obstacles here. So I would recommend only using cardinal movements, and being very methodical about how you start and stop yourself. And it's a good thing to remember that when you want to stop yourself on the ice, it's better to just let go of all the directions rather than pushing in the opposite direction. So you see if I push in the opposite direction, I kind of slide for a bit longer, but if I just let go of everything, I will come to a stop a lot faster. So ideally, you want to use cardinal directions, hopefully not get stuck on that block, and you'll be able to make your way around. And it's important to let go of all of the D-pad directions as you're doing these turns. So don't try to like roll your way from, for example, from right to down or from down to left, because that'll kind of make you swing out. So make sure you let go of the D-pad as you're doing these direction changes, and that will help you maintain control a lot easier. Okay? Now, if you have the boots, well, if you have the boots and you are a robot, you can actually just hover this gap, and that is actually going to be the fastest way through this room. So let me show that. So if you're a robot and you can just task hover, then you can do that. And that is, of course, going to be super fast. you can get a room time of, let's see, 4:59, so under 5 seconds. But most of us are not robots, and this hover can actually be really awkward to set up because of the pit physics, so I really wouldn't recommend doing that. But if you have the boots, it can also help you because dashing is always going to be in cardinal directions. Now, I see a lot of people do all of these different mini dashes through this room. So you do a dash here, and then another dash here, and then dash to this room. And you can do that, but it's pretty slow, 7:05. So at that point, you might as well do the bomb jump instead. But it turns out there's some tricks you can use while dashing through this room. Turns out that after a dash, your previous momentum can actually be preserved. And so we can use that to get a nice dash path through this room by turning in cardinal directions through our dashes. And you can see that I got a room time of 6:12 there, which is faster than the bomb jump and really good. So it's 6:10 there. So the way this is going to work is you're going to come out of the room, you're going to hold downward, and then you're going to do a dash turn to the right. You'll want to clear this little block here as well. And then you're going to cancel that dash with a down input, and that will preserve your momentum. You'll want to avoid hitting this block here. Make sure you time it right so that you are able to go here. And you can actually cut this corner pretty aggressively. Not that aggressively, but you can kind of see how I'm kind of sliding along the pit, so you can actually cut this corner. And then from there, you dash turn to the left, cancel with an up input, and then dash to the left for your final dash out. So that is a pretty fast way to get through this room if you have the boots. Okay, that's a 6:07, so really good. All right, so now let's talk about going through this room in the other direction, so coming from the west. So first of all, I want to say I would never recommend hovering this, even if you are a robot, because something is really weird about this pit, and even if I TAS and hold and able to turbo the A button, it won't actually let me hover a lot of the time. Sometimes it'll work, but it's very inconsistent. And a lot of times you'll just fall. So definitely never try to hover this gap. Now, if you come in this direction and you have the hook shot, you should definitely always use that because it's super free. You just hook shot here, and then hook shot here, and then go into the door, and it is really fast. So even without the boots, you'll see that the room time is maybe 4:53. And if you have the boots, you can make it even faster by doing a dash into the door, 4:40. So that is really fast. So if you have the hook shot, definitely do that. Now, if you don't have the hook shot, unfortunately, there's no easy bomb jump setup for this that I have found. So don't try to do that. But what you can do is coming out of this door transition, you'll want to hold diagonally down and to the right, and that will let you clear this little narrow chasm here. Okay. From there, you can transition to holding straight right. So down right and then straight right, and that'll get you there. Right. And then from there, you can use the same techniques as before, where you let go of all directions to transition to up, and then left, and then up. And hopefully, you'll get a pretty reasonable room time. And you can see I got a 6:03 over there, so not too bad. Hopefully, you won't get caught on that little block there. Now, if you have the boots, you can do this a little bit faster. You still want to use the same start as before, because this initial part is pretty fast. But once you get over here on the right side, you'll do a dash turn, and then do another dash upward. So 2 dashes upward. So dash turn up, cancel it with the left, and then dash up, and you'll get looks like 5:44 that time. So this is pretty fast. And remember, you can try and cut this corner a little bit. So that looked really good. That was a 5:33 going this way. So I think that is all the different good ways that I know to traverse this room. There's the bomb jump, remember? We talked about snapping into the door after the bomb goes off. You can also swag out if you want, and snap into the door by tapping down left and then left. If you just want to walk it, remember, we're going to let go of all of the D-pad directions as we're doing these 90-degree turns. That's a 6:46. And of course, if you have the boots, we talked about this strat, where we are, let me do that again, where we are going to cancel our dashes to preserve our momentum. That's a 6:13. And then going from the other direction, we talked about how if you have the hook shot, you should always do that. And dash it through this door if you have the boots. If you don't have the hook shot, then you want to hold down to the right, and then roll over to only holding right. And if you don't have the boots, same thing as before, let go of all directions when you're doing these 90-degree turns. If you do have the boots, then you can do 2 upward dashes, cancel to the left, and then dash upwards again. So hopefully that helps you not have to struggle through this room. I know it can be a very tricky room if you are not prepared with a specific plan in mind, but use one of these plans depending on your equipment loadout and your comfortability with these different strats, and hopefully this will help you get through it faster.